The most important recommendation for improving the quality of your thinking can be stated in 4 words. Give it a rest. That's right. Instead of compulsively, involuntarily, and ceaselessly thinking while awake, stop thinking completely. Let it go. Delete all thoughts, all judgments, all evaluations, all conceptualizations. Anything that can be true or false is a thought. Let go of all thinking. It's impossible to think your way to doing that. There's no way to think, no thought. Almost always, this requires mastering some effective meditative practice or other, such as zazen or aliveness awareness. Any classic spiritual or yogic practice may work for you. Prayer can work, but since usually prayer is egocentric or petitionary, unless you pray like mystics for simple union with the divine, it's best to avoid prayer. There's no one practice that works best for everyone. There are multiple options. That's good news in the sense that there is some practice or other that will work for you. What all effective practices have in common is emptying the mind of all thoughts. That's their purpose. Success is enjoying alert awareness without thought. Only those who awake to their true nature, however briefly, are able to benefit from what the Buddha called emptiness. It's ineffable, indescribable. It's no thought. It's likely that you've had occasional glimpses of no thought spontaneously, although it's also likely that you didn't recognize or understand their importance. So, here's the second tip. The more you experience no thought, the better you'll be able to think. This may seem counterintuitive. You might expect that rising above thought to no thought would diminish your ability to think. No, it's exactly the opposite. It will improve your ability to think. In fact, the more you enjoy no thought, the better your ability to think will become. Here's a related tip. If you find yourself wondering what to do concerning an important challenge that confronts you, you'll increase your odds of success in meeting that challenge by transitioning back and forth between thought and no thought. Even getting out of the incessant stream of thoughts for a few seconds is beneficial. A few minutes would be even better. A few hours, or days, or weeks, or years, or decades would be even better. That's how sages live. A sage is a successful philosopher. In other words, someone who is wise and lives well. Sages are done seeking wisdom. Instead, they exemplify it. They teach us that the more we open to no thought, the more lastingly blissful our lives will become. That may seem really strange until you realize that most of what we do doesn't require thinking at all. Do you need to think to walk across a room, or take a drink of water, or lie down and sleep when you're sleepy? The reality is that thinking deadens experience. Always, one must pay the price. The price we pay for being thinkers is that the quality of our everyday lives deteriorates. For example, when you look at a tree, just labeling or conceptualizing or naming it, even if done correctly, gives only the illusion of understanding it. Thinking that that form is, say, a cypress tree, may give an illusion of understanding it, while the wonder of its being, its essence, is completely missed. We may glance at it and simply move on. Habitually doing that deadens experience. We don't do that intentionally, of course. We fall into bad habits without realizing it. Since nearly everyone does it, we don't realize its cost. Once we realize the deadening consequences in our daily lives, deliberately breaking that habit becomes possible. When we live well, our experience of the world is that it's constantly fresh, alive, and miraculous. Living well only ever happens in the present moment, which need never be dull or dead. If you're familiar with Dr. Hawkins's map of the levels of consciousness, it's ideal when we allow our levels to rise to 600 or higher. Not only don't most people ever do that, but most people never even try. No thought, however, is available to all of us. Again, that doesn't mean trying to think our way to a higher level. That's futile. It's counterproductive. Our level of consciousness automatically rises if we simply let go of thinking. That's genuine liberation. Most of us suffer from the voice in the head syndrome. Instead of enjoying silence, we endure the incessant noise of thoughts. When we escape from conceptual prison, we free ourselves from enduring the torture of involuntary, incessant, compulsive thinking. Stillness is always available. In short, letting go of thinking improves our ability to think. We become, for the first time, free to think or not to think. When we choose to think, we're not only able to do it, but we're able to do it better than before. Thought is personal consciousness. No thought is impersonal consciousness. It's exhilarating to realize that we're not stuck being only body minds. Like abiding bliss and peacefulness, profound creativity emanates from no thought. Please find out for yourself. Peace.